The NBA is absolutely terrified this as the nightmare scenario for all 29 other NBA GMs and teams is starting to come true as the Los Angeles Clippers have dropped to a play-in spot, meaning if the standings stayed the way they are today, the Thunder would not have just one lottery pick, but have two in this year's stacked draft and would have a chance of getting Cooper Flagg from the Duke Blue Devils, who is one of the best prospects that we have seen come into the NBA in years. Even if they do not get the number one overall pick, there are ways to trade up for it because of how many drafts that they have this season. It's absolutely insane. You don't ever see a team set up for success quite like Sam Presti has done for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's just bonkers. It's wild to look at it. They have, right now, odds for the 7th pick from the Philadelphia 76ers, odds for the 14th pick from the Los Angeles Clippers, and then odds for the 16th pick from the Miami Heat right now. 3 first-round picks, I don't want to say high value, 2 high-value picks because it would be in the lottery, another one semi-high value because it's right outside the lottery. You can still get good players at that range right there. They could package those 3 picks and try to trade up for a top 3 or even get the number 1 selection depending on what team ends up with it. So we're going to break down everything that's going on, what needs to happen for the Thunder to go get them, and who I think are 2 guys the Thunder need to be looking at in this year's draft. No doubt about it in my mind. Before we get into all that, though, as always, around 62% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. If you enjoy the content we're putting out here, you come back on a regular basis, you want to support the channel, best way to do so is just by hitting that subscribe button. It's quick, simple, easy, and free to do. With that out of the way, let's go into it, talking about it right now. And like I mentioned, all right, Thunder have odds to get a good amount of picks this year. It's something we've talked about going into the season, how, yes, they could have a great season, may not win the finals, and now I'm starting to eat my words on that a little bit, as I do think that they can win the finals looking at how this team is built up. But now they could even get the number 1 overall pick and a few lottery picks as well in case something does happen, all right? Looking at this right here, Los Angeles Clippers are currently in the lottery. The Thunder, if it went exactly the way it was predicted to go, they'd have picks number 17, number 14, and number 16. Those are high-value picks in a stacked draft class this year for a team that is the best in the Western Conference, one of the best defenses that we have seen in the NBA in a very, very long time. It's kind of crazy how things are lining up for the Oklahoma City Thunder right now. It is, you just don't ever see this happening, all right? Looking at some more of this right here, this is what the Clippers schedule currently looks like right now, all right? And it's not easy whatsoever. They played the Pistons on the night of recording this, March 5th, and the Pistons are balling right now. I can see them easily winning. I could see them losing against the Knicks as well. I could see them losing against the Kings, beat the Pelicans, beat the Heat, beat the Hawks, beat the Hornets. Yes, nice little streak right there. But then you play Cleveland, Memphis, OKC, and New York again. 4 games that they can definitely end up losing there. Brooklyn, another French team, but I do think the Clippers can beat them. All right, Magic are starting to get healthier again. They're a French team. That's going to be a good game. Could go either way. New Orleans should be a win. Dallas should be a win. Both of them, San Antonio should be a win, but they should finish with 3 losses against the Rockets, Kings, and Golden State. That's a losing record right there in their final 21 games or so that they have left in the season. How many that is right here, all right? It'll be a losing record in their final half of the season. That put him right at 500, and I don't even know if that's in the play-in. That might put him at like the 10 or 9 spot if it is the play-in because of how stacked this Western Conference is. That means they drop down a little bit, and that 14th pick all of a sudden becomes the 10th overall pick, has higher odds of jumping, okay? Now let's look at the Miami Heat because we have their pick as well. This is their current schedule right here. Not easy by any means whatsoever, all right? Some very winnable games for them like Minnesota, Chicago, Charlotte, okay? Even the Clippers is winnable for them. Then some other teams that we've talked about here. Detroit's been picking up. I don't know if they can win that one, but it'd definitely be close. Philadelphia, Charlotte again, Atlanta, some other teams, Philly again, Chicago again, then New Orleans and Washington. They have 4 very easy to win games to finish the season where I think they might be in the play-in, yes, but with how they play, I think that they could very easily end up in the playoffs and the Thunder end up getting that pick as well. That is a realistic possibility we are looking at. This isn't some fairy tale makeup. Oh, we're hoping this is going to happen. No, this is something that is more than likely going to happen with how it's shaped up to play. The Heat can go 500 in their final few games that they have left in the season. The Clippers could go below 500 in their final few games, end up jumping from 14 to 10 in the lottery. And that also increases their odds of jumping up even more during the lottery process to a pick like 8 or 7. We have the Sixers pick as well, who's probably going to fall anywhere from 6 to 9. We need it to not fall at 6. Need it to be anywhere from 7, 8, and 9 range, which I think will very likely happen with Paul George wanting to play and Tyrese Maxey wanting to play and all these other guys letting go out there and give fans a reason to still come to the games and support this team. I did a little simulation on Tankathon as well. This was the 4th simulation I did, where Philadelphia dropped to 10 and the Clippers pick jumped all the way up to 3. Now, I'm not saying this is the exact situation we're going to see happen because that is a very slim chance of happening all the time. But this situation did happen. You can easily package that 3rd and 10th overall pick to jump up to 1 for Toronto, because Toronto would gladly take an Ace Bailey there and then a Noah Essengue down low at 10 as well. Okay, 2 top tier picks right here in the draft. Man, like this can really help set up the team because they have Brandon Ingram at the forward position. Maybe keep RJ Barrett now. Keep IQ. Keep some other players that they have. Keep Podol. Keep some of the guys that they have going on right now in Toronto. That's what you could do right here, all right? Now, I want to speak on some players as well. I want to speak on some players that the Thunder could potentially end up taking with whatever picks that they have. Number 1, of course, if you have it, you're taking Cooper Flagg. These are his stats right now. He's 6'9", 205 pounds, big frame. He's very young as well. He's averaging 19 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Pretty sure he's also averaging a block a game while shooting 50% from the field. Uber athletic. He can do everything. Super young. All right, if you can get him, you get him because he's going to be an all-star very, very soon when he comes into the league. And that's going to be on a cheap rookie contract as well if you're the Thunder. Great piece to have in your arsenal in case you can't re-sign any guys like Isaiah Hartenstein or Jay Will, all right, any of these backup players, I don't want to call them role players because Hartenstein, in my opinion, isn't a role player. He's very, necessary part to this team. Jay Will is here for vibes and the occasional coming in here, taking a charge, knocking down a 3-pointer as well, doing his job there. Some other role players, if we can't keep him, like Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, those kinds of guys, Alex Caruso, if we have to trade him down the road, Lou Dort, if he doesn't sign with us again, those kinds of players, he's the perfect kind of cheap contract rookie to bring on a team. Another guy, though, that I really love, that's not getting a lot of love right now from a lot of people, Noah Essengue. All right, look at this. This is his draft profile, all right? He plays for Ratio Farm Ulm in Germany. He's also 6'9", 194 pounds. Born in 2006. He's 18 and a half years old, around the same age, if not younger than Cooper Flagg. Look at his strengths and weaknesses, all right? Strengths, free throw attempted rate. We need that. 2-point percentage, draft age, field goal percentage, steals, true shooting percentage, efficiency, turnovers, points, and defensive rebounds. Not a ton of weaknesses either. The biggest one is fouls. You can teach that, though. You can teach the foul last, all right? And then the 3-point shot and assist are some other ones, but with Chip Engelland as the shooting coach in OKC and a lot of guys improving their 3-point success here with the Thunder, I'm not worried about that whatsoever. Ranked as the 3rd best small forward in the draft behind the 2 best players in the draft, in Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey right there. Look at his averages right now this season per game, 23 minutes per game. All right, he's averaging 12 points a game, 5 rebounds and 1 assist, half a block and 1.5 steals a game. Look at the per 36 averages, though. Really jump up, stand out to you. 18 points a game, only 1.5 turnovers, 2 steals a block, and 8 rebounds a game. Very impressive, all right? Now, shooting 29% of the field there, I think that you can improve from that, though. I think that, like, when you look at his free throw rate, his free throw percentage, that is a sign, okay, he can develop as a shooter. So that 3-point percentage, I'm not worried about. But with the fact that the Clippers are in the play-in now, and I think they're going to stay there and they might not even make the playoffs, giving OKC a lottery pick for sure in Los Angeles and potentially another one with the Sixers, you have to try and trade up for Cooper Flagg. You have to do that, whether that's 6 first-round picks and a player or 2, You have to try to do that, no matter what, if you're the Thunder and Sam Presti. If it doesn't work, cool. You have 2 lottery picks now that you can play with. You can trade one of them, and then for sure go out and get this guy that you want, Essengue, who I think is a perfect fit in OKC as a draft prospect. Young, has a ton of potential, okay, can really fit in well with this team. I don't want to say starting potential, but 6th or 7th man off the bench, yes, for sure, and be a great player to have coming off the bench. That's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys personally think the Thunder need to do with their draft picks this year, if and when they end up with a lottery pick from the Clippers and Sixers. All right, that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one.